Denzel is back after a 3-year absence with a star-studded cast and a mystery thriller film as the cherry on top. But is it as good as the trailers made it out to be? Let's find out in the review. How are we doing, everybody? This is Let's Be Real with Brad. Today we will be talking about the new Warner Brothers / HBO Max simultaneous release, The Little Things, directed by John Lee Hancock. Before we get into this review, don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so you never miss a new fun and exciting video. Before going into this movie, I was very excited to check this out since it has a great cast and it's the first new release of 2021 that I was going to watch. I was fortunate to see this safely at the movie theater yesterday with my girlfriend Maddie, which did make for an enjoyable experience. As with the movie itself, we were both very disappointed. Not that this movie is terrible, it's just so mediocre and bland that it fails to have any sort of payoff or a message that resonated with me after I left the film. This movie has been heavily compared to the 1995 David Fincher film Seven, a masterpiece if you haven't seen it already. They are very similar in their story, characters, and how the movie unfolds. What breaks this film is its bland resemblance. It had all the ingredients and great potential to make this movie impressive, but it feels like so much of the mystery and exciting storylines they present don't matter when this movie ends. So, let's break all this down, starting with the positives. Denzel Washington and Rami Malek are stable in the film. They don't do anything extraordinary as I would have liked to see with their talent's caliber. They have solid chemistry in their buddy cop type roles that don't have the performances pay off with the disappointing results. The story keeps you invested all the way through because it can capture the mysterious atmosphere well. I always wanted to see where this story would take us, but when the movie decides to throw all of that away and misses every opportunity possible, it does make rewatches of this movie not so great. The writing is decent until the third act where it all falls apart. The dialogue is pretty good. It always kept me engaged with what was happening as it did feel very realistic to this dark, cold world our characters are in. The writing falls apart in the third act because it seems like they try to do something different in the ending and have a darker message with it, but it is so shallow and simplistic that it failed to send a message to modern day audiences about the 1990s world with a more contemporary view on issues the film presents. This leads to the next negative being that I simply didn't care about any of the characters. The movie gives these hollow characters mysterious backstories leading nowhere, which leaves you very disappointed and unattached throughout the film. The most interesting character is played by Jared Leto, being this strange, weird dude they suspect is the killer. His backstory and what he says and does is way more fascinating than the cops themselves. They do another twist with this character that I saw coming miles away that didn't impress me in the slightest. I found it quite apparent from the first time you meet him, which pulls the movie down for me. From a technical aspect, it does have some substantial editing that works very well in this film, having a nice flow and feel to the pace. The direction was also decent, having some great shot selections that felt fresh and kept many profound and impactful moments sharper in that way. The cinematography was good, having this dark and depressing look to the movie that does play well into the movie's themes, so well done there. The music was bland and generic to me. It served its purpose for the film and did nothing more. I apologize for this review being as short as there isn't anything substantial from this movie to talk about, but the movie isn't bad enough to be considered a bad movie. To be honest, most of my criticisms of this film do rely on spoilers from the third act of this movie that I cannot get to, but I can see many audiences being very disappointed in where they take this film, as I don't think it will meet your expectations. I didn't know what this movie was about, even with seeing the trailer and not having any expectations, and I still found the ending to be tone deaf to many of the world's current issues that could have spoken about and made meaningful. Overall, I would not recommend checking this one out simply because everything feels like it doesn't matter. It felt like a wasted opportunity for a great movie with a great cast. If you really want to check it out, I would give it a shot because it is a mediocre movie on HBO Max for free if you are a subscriber. But seriously, just go watch Seven. I'm giving this movie a 5 out of 10. So let me know down below in the comment section if you have seen The Little Things, and if you have, let me know what you think of the film. As always, I will see you all in the next video.